Fujifilm has just announced their new flagship camera, the X-H2S, and I've got one right here. Fujifilm today announced the launch of its next flagship X-series mirrorless digital camera, the X-H2S. The X-H2S is their most advanced camera yet, only costing $24.99 and including features for both still photography and, more importantly to us, video. It's also the first camera to feature Fujifilm's 26-megapixel X-Trans 5HS CMOS imaging sensor, which is a stacked backside illuminated sensor with a signal reading speed up to 4 times faster than the X-Trans 4 present in cameras like the X-T3, X-T4, X100V, and X Pro 3. On the front of the weather-resistant body, you've got 2 rubber keys and a control dial, the flash terminal, and a large grip for easy gripping. On the top, you have the mode dial in the traditional PSAM style that includes 7 custom presets that can work for stills or video modes, allowing you to quickly switch between, let's say, 120 frame 4K and the 24p 6.2K modes, which we'll talk about in a bit, without having to go diving through menus. There's your shutter button up there, the movie record button, ISO, white balance, and FN buttons, an illumination button for the top LCD there, and a view mode button to toggle between using the LCD viewfinder or both. On the left side of the camera, we see the return of the headphone jack, a 3.5mm microphone jack, as well as a full-sized HDMI port and USB-C connection with a cable lock screw. And on the back, we have a bunch more buttons that, while customizable, default to drive mode, playback, auto exposure lock, Q menu, display/back, autofocus on, you got another command dial, and the menu button surrounded by navigation buttons. There's also the joystick used to move the focus box around or navigate menus as well. As usual, the majority of these buttons on the camera can be customized to do whatever you'd like, a feature that I truly love. The camera also includes the new X Processor 5, which doubles the camera's processing power compared to X Processor 4, greatly enhancing overall image fidelity at lower ISOs and reducing noise at higher ISOs. The X-H2S, the S officially, unofficially standing for speed, enables recording of 10-bit 422 video in resolutions up to 6.2K, 30 frame per second open gate, with frame rates as fast as 120p in 4K and 240p in 1080. And if that wasn't enough to pique your interest, the camera also can record to ProRes HQ, 422 and LT internally, as well as the standard H.264 and H.265 offerings. While those record to a CF Express card, it'll also record ProRes proxy to the SD slot, which is traditionally a feature found in cinema cameras. Speaking of which, and I don't want to bury the lead here, when coupled with an external recorder, the camera can save 12-bit ProRes RAW or Blackmagic RAW. Amazing. Fujifilm also says that the X-H2S can film for up to 240 minutes continuously, but I've been told that that's kind of a conservative number based on the possibility of overheating or a card filling up, and not a literal software restriction like the 30-minute barriers of yore. But even so, if you are working in a hot environment, they've created a cooling fan attachment, aptly named Fan 001 in the model slot there, model name, to help you maintain those higher recording times in the aforementioned hotter weather. Other improvements came to the rolling shutter performance, now clocking in at a 1/180th of a second, which is 3 times faster than before, as well as the new F-Log2 gamma curve, which provides a dynamic range of around 14 stops, as opposed to the 12 stops found in the original F-Log, which puts it toe-to-toe with even some of the best cinema cameras out there, let alone DSLRs or mirrorless offerings. This new gamma curve also comes with a change to the base ISO, now coming in at 1250 as compared to the base ISO of 640 with original F-Log. The camera also features an all-new 5-axis in-body image stabilization mechanism compared to the previous 3-axis version, which offers up to 7 stops of image stabilization, meaning you can easily record stable footage or take crisp photos handheld even in low-light situations. This 600 MHz IBIS processor, by the way, is separate from the main 1 GHz processor, which allows for better overall performance, and the efficiency of that new processor means that the battery life has been extended a bit while still using the current crop of batteries found in cameras like the X-T4. They've also doubled the DRAM in the camera, allowing for a major boost to burst photography modes. The X-H2S can apply autofocus tracking in blackout-free continuous shooting conditions of up to 40 frames per second using the electronic shutter before slowing down around 184 frames in JPEG and 175 frames in RAW, which is insane, and can create over 1,000 frames continuously when set to 30 frames per second in JPEG or 20 frames per second in RAW. Speaking of autofocus, this camera's high number of autofocus calculations performed per second improves overall autofocus accuracy and now facilitates subject detection autofocus, which implements an advanced prediction algorithm of some kind to enhance the performance of zone AF by refining the camera's ability to track moving subjects in low contrast environments. Subject detection has also been expanded from the human face and eyes to now include animals, birds, cars, motorcycles, bicycles, airplanes, and trains. There's also been some quality of life improvements. The X-H2S incorporates the design features of Fujifilm's previous X-H1 model, such as the large grip and LCD display on top of the panel to check settings, similar to the GFX series of cameras, and a robust body that withstands heavy professional use. The shutter button's overall feel has been adjusted to improve its operability when it is half pressed, making taking photos a little easier and knowing when you're in focus. And a standalone video recording button has been added so that you can start recording even if you're not in video mode. The shutter durability has also been optimized, withstanding 500,000 actuations during quality and performance testing, and somehow has become ultra quiet as well, which is nice. On top of all of that, we've got new connectivity enhancements, allowing you to tether the camera wirelessly or with a proper grip with wired LAN. You can operate the camera remotely and even use it as a webcam with a simple USB connection. No app or software required. That USB can even connect to your phone if you don't want to go wireless, and you can control up to 4 cameras with one browser, which is pretty rad. Fujifilm's X-H2S mirrorless digital camera is expected to be available in early July 2022, right on my birthday, at the MSRP of $24.99 US. So that's it. That is the announcement of the X-H2S. Are you excited for it? Let us know in the comments. Will you be picking one up when it launches in July at Filmtools? Again, let us know. Twitter, Instagram, comments, TikTok. They have a TikTok. You check them out there. Definitely exciting for me. I'd love to pick one up because it's, definite quality of life and image improvement over my XT3, which is pretty rad. So once again, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you found that informative, and we will see you, or you will see us, next time.